She's watching you right now. Not with her eyes, with something deeper, more primal, tied directly to her biology and the survival of the species. Every woman you meet is scanning for one quality that separates the men she forgets from the men she can't stop thinking about. It's not your money, it's not your looks, it's not even your game. It is dominant masculine frame. Welcome to the Port Car Method, where I help men regain their lost masculinity, returning you to your best, most natural state. Most men have no idea they're being constantly tested. They think relationships are about compromise and communication, about being vulnerable and sharing your feelings, and making her happy. What a fucking joke. The men who actually understand female nature know this brutal truth. A woman will never respect a man she can control. You felt it before. That moment when you gave in to keep the peace. When you backed down from your position because she got emotional and the conversation had to stop until she wasn't emotional anymore. As if her emotions control the entirety of the world. When you apologized for something that wasn't your fault, what happened next? Her respect dropped. Her attraction faded. Her eyes started wandering. Society told you that you were doing the right thing. Being considerate, being modern, being a good man. Good boy, more like it. Because deep down, you know something is off. Even then, you could feel her pulling away with every concession you made. That's because you violated the fundamental law of masculine-feminine dynamics. The moment you enter her frame, you've already lost. Frame isn't just some pickup artist concept. It is the invisible structure which determines who leads and who follows in every human interaction. When your frame is weak, she feels it instantly. Her biological programming starts sending warning signals to her, saying, "This man cannot protect me. He cannot lead. He's not worth my loyalty." The shadow matriarchy has spent decades conditioning you to believe that holding your frame is toxic, that standing firm in your convictions is bigoted, that leading decisively is being controlling. They've programmed you to surrender your masculine power, then act all surprised when women treat you like you're disposable. Here's what they do not want you to know. Women are hardwired to test your frame, to push against your boundaries, to see if you'll crumble under pressure. It's not conscious, it's instinctual. A biological verification system designed to filter out weak men who would have gotten her killed in our ancient past. Their job is specifically, from a biological standpoint, to weed weak men out from the gene pool. When you understand that, everything changes. Her difficult behavior transforms from frustrating to predictable. Her tests become opportunities to demonstrate your unshakable presence. I have mentored hundreds of men who came to me broken, confused, and betrayed. Men who did everything society told them to, only to watch their women cheat on them with guys who did, well, the exact opposite. These weren't stupid men. They weren't ugly. They were just broken. Not even broke, just broken. They didn't understand the rules of biology they were playing. After implementing the Port Car Method, These same men now command respect in every room they enter. Their women look at them with a mixture of desire and submission, which honestly most guys only see in movies. The difference? They've built an unbreakable frame that no amount of testing can penetrate. Let me show you how this works. First, you need to understand that your frame is not what you say. It's not your clever comebacks or your rational arguments. Your frame is the reality you project through your actions, decisions, and presence. How you hold yourself. When a woman says, for instance, "If you really loved me, you would do this," that is feminine manipulation 101. I swear to God, they take them aside in grade school and teach them that line. Most guys jump through the hoops. A man with unbreakable frame, however, lets her know he doesn't operate that way. A woman does not get to define your feelings or impose her conditions on them. No justification, no defensiveness, no negotiation. Just the calm certainty that you are the one who defines the terms of your involvement. There are 1,000 things you can say to that sentence. If you love me, you'd do this. Not one of them includes, "Yes, dear." And guys, this is not about being an asshole. It's about being authentic to your masculine core instead of shape-shifting to earn female approval. Here's the second key. Consistency trumps intensity. This is where the pickup artist community kind of falls flat. A number of guys can hold frame for a day, a week, maybe even a whole month. But eventually, they get tired because they have to work constantly to maintain it. They let their guard down. They think, well, I've won her, so they can finally relax. That is exactly when they start losing her respect. Women don't test you once, then stop forever. They test you continuously throughout your relationship. It's their way of ensuring themselves that you're still the man they thought you were. The Port-Car method teaches you how to make frame maintenance effortless rather than exhausting. How to build it into your identity rather than wearing it like a costume. And third, you have to master the art of controlled withdrawal. When a woman crosses your boundaries, most men either explode in anger or just cave in. Both reactions signal weakness. True power lies in your ability to calmly withdraw your attention, your presence, and your resources when your standards aren't being met. No drama, no ultimatums, just the quiet removal of yourself from situations which do not serve you. That creates a powerful incentive structure where she associates respect for your boundaries with your continued investment and attention. I had a client whose girlfriend would regularly start arguments or complaining about things before important events or meetings. Classic sabotage behavior. Instead of engaging with her, which sometimes meant canceling his plans, I taught him to say things like, "I don't have time for this right now. We can talk when I get back if you can approach this differently. Then just leave regardless of her reaction." Within a month, her behavior like that stopped completely. Not long after, she was visibly stopping herself if she felt herself becoming emotional. He had helped her see what she was up to because he now had a clear understanding. And no, she did not like having to face her own tendencies. I coached him through that part as well. That's the power of unbreakable frame. It doesn't just change how she treats you, it changes how she sees herself in relation to you. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. This sounds manipulative. This sounds like playing games. Let me be clear. There is nothing more manipulative than pretending to be something you're not to get a woman's approval. There is nothing more dishonest than suppressing your masculine nature because society has convinced you it's problematic. True authenticity means standing firmly in your masculine power without apology. It means creating a reality where you lead and she follows. Not because you force her, but because it fulfills her deepest feminine needs, her highest drives. It satisfies her cravings. The men who understand this live in a completely different world than those who don't. You don't beg for respect, you command it. Note that I didn't say demand there. You don't chase women, you select them and accept the ones who please you. You do not fear female testing. You welcome it as an opportunity to demonstrate masculine dominance. Here's a little secret. People who have to demand equality could never achieve it on their own. Equality cannot be given, nor can respectability. They must be reached. This is the path to becoming a man who never gets cheated on. A man whose woman looks at other guys and thinks, "You have no idea what a real man is." Would it be too much to ask that you pause the video right here, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, and leave me a comment, even if it's just to tell me how absolutely wrong I am? However, if you are ready to build this kind of unshakable frame, to reclaim your masculine power in a world that wants to strip it away, then it's time to take the next step. We've created a comprehensive guide with a lot of bonuses attached called The King's Presence. It breaks down the exact steps necessary to develop the kind of mental frame that makes women desperate to earn your approval. This isn't about pickup lines or manipulation tactics. It's about rebuilding yourself from the inside out into a man whose frame cannot be broken. We have helped hundreds of men rebuild their masculine frame to create a reality where they lead and she follows. Not because they force her, but because it fulfills her deepest feminine desires. Stop being the man women settle for and then leave. Become the man they can't resist. Visit portcarmerchants.com. That's portcarmerchants.com. Book a free consultation and download our powerful free bonus guide. Never be lied to or cheated on again.